Hey man, shout out to Billboard for this one. Welcome back to BrainFLoTv. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get right into the content. Crip, better known as, or his real name, Trevor Hurd, better known as Crip, a famous social media personality, whatever you want to call him. You've seen him do all these interviews. He's 555 Crip and all that other stuff. Crip, well, he was picked up by U.S. Marshals just minutes after his charges were actually dropped by the L.A. County judge. Now, when the U.S. Marshals picked him up, his world went into a tailspin. This is what Billboard said. Clear my throat. YouTuber and rapper Trevor Hurd, who goes by the name Crip, was arrested in LA court Tuesday, December 5th on federal gun charges, and he's currently being held on a pre-trial detention, according to an indictment and other court records that were obtained by Billboard. The 30-year-old's arrest came moments after a LA County judge agreed to drop the gun charges against him. The South Los Angeles resident and expectant father. So Crip got a baby on the way, and he's going to prison as well. 3 arrests for being a felon in possession of a... Now, he was arrested on September 3rd for being a felon in possession of a firearm. Seconds after learning that the state charges were dropped, he was arrested by waiting U.S. Marshals who informed him that his case had been transferred to the U.S. Attorney's Office, where he would face those gun charges in a federal court. So I think the system worked against him, and someone said, drop it so we could pick it up, because if you guys have it, then we can't pick it up. But we want it on a federal level. And he thought he was getting off, right? And he wasn't. Now, shortly before that arrest, a 2-month-old indictment against him was unsealed. They unsealed a sealed indictment. It showed that he was charged with being a felon in possession of an unregistered weapon and 10 rounds of ammunition before. So again, this is a repeat offender. Someone in the system is saying, oh, he keeps doing this and we keep letting him go. Nah, we got to spank him for this one. So defendant Hurd, which is Crip, he possessed such ammunition knowing that he had previously been convicted of at least one of the following felony crimes, and the indictment read, laying out 5 arrests since 2014. Hurd was also arrested for being a felon in possession of a firearm in LA County on July 27th of 2022, and again on October 12th of 2021 previously, and on November 8th of 2017, Hurd was arrested for attempted second-degree armed robbery. And on August 12th of 2015, they're stretching it way back, he was arrested for grand theft. And on October 20th of 2014, he was arrested for transportation of a controlled substance. So I guess they've been trying to get at him. California defense attorney Curtis Briggs, who is not involved with the Crip case, told Billboard that it's not uncommon for federal officials to take over state criminal cases in coordination with local authorities. I told you. So it seems like they worked it out. Like, yo, let us take this over, right? You drop it so we could pick it up. Sometimes local authorities become frustrated by lenient sentencing for people who are prolific offenders. So they request that the feds review prosecution. This puts more prison time in the discussion. This is what this California defense attorney says. Sometimes the local authorities, their hands are tied because the local laws are so lenient that people who do stuff like what Crip has been doing since 2014, they're slapped on the wrist and sent back out into the streets. So they have to go request help from the feds. Now, with the feds coming in and looking at it, it carries a whole different set of time. The feds also could be working on a larger case, like a Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organization Act, or a RICO case involving multiple defendants and a superseding indictment. The worst case is if Crip Mac gets folded into a larger gang conspiracy and RICO case involving murders. That would be the worst part. In that case, it's likely going to be life in prison or somewhere close to that, like 20 years, 25 years. 25 years is considered a life sentence anyways. Briggs adds. Then he said, if he is just facing the gun charges, then it's possible, depending on the specific facts of his case, he could possibly do about 10 years. Given his record, it depends on various individual factors and the details of the case that should be coming out. Now, Crip Mac is currently being held in pretrial custody, and his next hearing is scheduled for, or was scheduled for, December 11th. And I believe on December 11th, he did go see a judge, and I believe that he was held without bond, and he is still in there, because I saw an interview with a certain individual who he is privy to all that information, but Blueface manager, I can't forget what his name is, anyways, he said if Crip Mac goes and does time, and he does 10 years straight, 5, 6, 10 years straight, something like that, he'll probably come out of prison a Muslim, and instead of being the hardwired gang. He's like a late 80s, early 90s gang character. Los Angeles, California, ganged out, Crip life, hard banger personality, 555 Crip kind of thing. Now, and Whack 100, no disrespect, but it was Whack 100 that said it. So Whack 100 was just saying, if he gets locked in for that long, he'll probably come out a Muslim. And the interviewer asked him, why you say that? Because he is hardwired Crip right now, right? And Whack made perfect sense. He said he's like that now because that's his environment. Those are the people that are around him. That's what's being fed into him constantly, and has been feeding into him constantly, not in these exact words, but along these lines. Been fed into him constantly since he was yay high, right? So he is hardwired, programmed that way. But if he is locked in an institution, he will have different people in his ear who will be in his ear constantly for years. So that would be a chance to change who he actually is, as he is now. 555 Crip, right? He'll come out, I don't know, saying something totally different. I don't know. I don't think Crip Mac will come out changing. Crip Mac did interviews before where he spoke about being locked up, and it was almost like he enjoyed it. He spoke about the fights in there. He said he won some, he lost some. He break somebody's face. They beat him up. They busted his face up, sold him up. He took it like a gangster. He still went back, and that's how he earned his respect in there and all that other stuff. He didn't check in or check out or whatever you do in there when you run for safety and go to protective custody and all that. He said he stayed there. He went on the yard. He did all the stuff that real gangsters are supposed to do. He looks like the type of person that would align himself with the gang if he is incarcerated, especially if he's incarcerated in California, in LA, in his part of that state. He'll probably just run into more people like himself, and then he will go hard body 100 for his gang. Hell, I'll predict that it could even be worse. He could probably end up being one of those persons who went in and they were supposed to do 5 years, end up doing life in there because you done killed somebody when you went inside on some gang politics stuff or whatever like that. End of the day, that's where Crip Mac is at right now. I wish him all the best. I hope he gets out of it. Crip Mac seems like somebody who's been through a lot, and he seemed like at the core of himself, a genuinely good person. Like, he doesn't go around just trying to harm people kind of person. He's just trying to live his life and be his true, authentic self. And I respect that. But he also seems like a person that was misled, and a person that is still being misled, and a person that is easily influenced, as well as a person that is stuck in time. Maybe he could fast forward to something better. I don't know. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one, and I'll catch you on the next video. Hey man, I can't shout free Crip Mac. It's just got to play out how it plays out. Y'all know what y'all doing when y'all playing with them people. They not playing with you though. I'm out. Peace.